Most people think they know which foods are good and bad for cholesterol. But the truth is, some foods that seem harmless or even healthy are actually raising your cholesterol, while others can naturally lower it. In this video, we're going to look at 10 surprising cholesterol-raising foods and 10 cholesterol-lowering superfoods. But here's the twist. Instead of just giving you a list, I'll take you through one bad food and then one good food, so you can immediately see the swaps you can make in your diet. By the end, you'll have a clear, practical blueprint for protecting your heart and improving your cholesterol numbers. Before we dive in, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. This encourages me to create more healthy content for you. Now let's get started. Food number 1 that raises cholesterol. Breakfast processed meats, bacon, sausage, ham. Let's start with breakfast. For many people, bacon, sausage, or ham are part of their morning routine. But these processed meats are some of the worst offenders when it comes to cholesterol. They're high in saturated fat, which raises LDL cholesterol, and they also often contain sodium and preservatives that put extra strain on your heart. Eating these regularly can quietly push your cholesterol higher, even if you don't notice it day to day. Food number 1 that lowers cholesterol. Low-fat or plant-based milk. Instead of loading your breakfast plate with bacon or sausage, a simple everyday swap is focusing on your milk. Choosing low-fat dairy milk or fortified plant-based alternatives like soy or oat milk can help lower cholesterol. Soy in particular contains plant compounds called isoflavones, which are proven to lower LDL cholesterol. Even small changes like switching your coffee creamer or cereal milk can make a measurable difference for your heart health over time. Food number 2 that raises cholesterol. Shellfish, shrimp, lobster, crab. Seafood usually gets a health halo, but not all of it is cholesterol friendly. Take shrimp, lobster, and crab, for example. They're low in fat overall, but very high in dietary cholesterol. For most people, dietary cholesterol has a moderate impact, but if you're a hyper-responder, meaning your body's more sensitive, it can cause your LDL cholesterol to jump significantly. A single serving of shrimp can have over 150 milligrams of cholesterol, which is half the recommended daily limit if you already have heart concerns. Eating shellfish occasionally isn't the end of the world, but making it a staple could quietly sabotage your cholesterol goals. Food number 2 that lowers cholesterol. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. On the flip side, not all seafood is bad for cholesterol. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are among the best foods you can eat for heart health. They don't directly lower LDL, but they're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce triglycerides, prevent dangerous inflammation, and help HDL cholesterol do its job better. Eating 2 servings of fatty fish per week is linked to a reduced risk of heart attacks and strokes. If you love seafood, choosing salmon over shrimp or sardines over lobster makes a massive difference. And the best part, they're versatile. Grill them, bake them, or even add them to a salad. Food number 3 that raises cholesterol. Organ meats, liver, kidney, brain. Organ meats like liver and kidney are often praised for their high nutrient content, vitamin A, iron, and B12. But they're also among the richest foods in dietary cholesterol. A small serving of beef liver can contain over 300 milligrams of cholesterol, which is more than an entire day's recommended intake if you're managing high cholesterol. While organ meats aren't everyday foods for most people, those who enjoy them should be cautious. The nutritional benefits are real, but the cholesterol hit is hard to ignore. Food number 3 that lowers cholesterol, shiitake mushrooms. Here's something more unusual. Shiitake mushrooms. They contain a special compound called artetanine, which has been proven to reduce cholesterol levels in the blood. Unlike many vegetables, shiitakes don't just lower cholesterol absorption, they also help the liver process and remove cholesterol more efficiently. Beyond that, they're full of antioxidants and immune-boosting compounds. You can add dried shiitake to soups, stir-fries, or even as a meat substitute in sandwiches. It's an earthy, flavorful way to give your heart a boost. Food number 4 that raises cholesterol, flavored coffee drinks. Now let's move to something that sneaks into many people's routines, Flavored coffee drinks. I'm not talking about plain black coffee, which actually has some health benefits. I mean the caramel lattes, frappes, and those seasonal specialty drinks. They're often loaded with whole milk or heavy cream, whipped cream toppings, and sugary syrups. Each cup can carry a hefty dose of saturated fat and added sugar, a combination that raises LDL cholesterol and triglycerides while also packing hundreds of extra calories. Drinking one of these daily is like eating dessert disguised as coffee, and your cholesterol numbers will feel it. Food number 4 that lowers cholesterol. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios. To balance that out, let's talk about nuts. A handful of nuts a day, about 30 grams, can lower cholesterol naturally. Almonds, walnuts, and pistachios are especially powerful because they're rich in healthy fats, plant sterols, and fiber. Walnuts have the added benefit of omega-3 fatty acids, while almonds are particularly good at lowering LDL. Multiple studies show that people who eat nuts regularly have lower rates of heart disease. The key is moderation. Stick to raw or dry roasted nuts without added salt or sugar. They're a perfect snack, and unlike a sugary coffee, they'll actually improve your cholesterol profile. Food number 5 that raises cholesterol. Baked goods, pastries, cakes, donuts. Now let's talk about baked goods. You might think the biggest danger in pastries, donuts, or cakes is just the sugar, but that's only half the story. The real culprit is the hidden fats, especially trans fats and saturated fats, that are used in margarine, shortening, or even some store-bought frostings. These fats raise your LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, while lowering your HDL, the good cholesterol that's supposed to protect your arteries. Add in the refined flour and sugar, and you've got a perfect storm that not only spikes your cholesterol, but also contributes to weight gain and insulin resistance, which make things even worse. Grabbing a donut with coffee might feel harmless, but over time, it silently damages your heart health. Food number 5 that lowers cholesterol, oats and barley. Now here's a great alternative. If you swap out that sugary morning pastry for a warm bowl of oatmeal or even a barley-based breakfast, you're doing your cholesterol a big favor. Oats and barley are packed with a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which actually binds to cholesterol in your digestive system and helps flush it out before it enters your bloodstream. Studies show that eating just 3 grams of this fiber daily, about 1 bowl of oatmeal, can lower LDL cholesterol by up to 10%. And the best part? You can mix oats with fruits, nuts, or even make overnight oats for variety. It's a simple, tasty habit that starts your day on a cholesterol-lowering note. Food number 6 that raises cholesterol, coconut oil and coconut products. Coconut oil is one of the most misunderstood foods when it comes to cholesterol. Marketed as a superfood, it's often used in cooking, smoothies, or even coffee. But here's the truth. Coconut oil is about 82% saturated fat, which is higher than butter and even beef fat. Yes, it does raise HDL cholesterol a little, but it also raises LDL, the one you don't want. If you already struggle with high cholesterol, adding coconut oil can tip the balance in the wrong direction. So while it's natural and plant-based, it's not automatically heart healthy. Moderation is key here, and swapping it for olive oil or avocado oil is usually a smarter choice. Food number 6 that lowers cholesterol, avocados. Speaking of smart swaps, let's talk about avocados. Unlike coconut oil, avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that lower LDL and raise HDL at the same time. They're also packed with fiber and antioxidants that further support heart health. Eating just 1 avocado a day has been shown in studies to reduce LDL cholesterol significantly, especially the dangerous small, dense LDL particles. You can slice them onto toast, blend them into smoothies, or use them as a creamy replacement for mayonnaise. This is one of those foods that feels indulgent, but actually works with your body to protect your heart. Food number 7 that raises cholesterol, French fries and fried snacks. Who doesn't love fries or crispy fried snacks? They're cheap, tasty, and everywhere. But frying in oils at high heat creates trans fats. And even when trans fats aren't listed, many fried foods are loaded with saturated fats. Fries, nuggets, and chips don't just raise LDL, they also lower HDL, which is a double hit to your cholesterol. The problem isn't eating fries once in a while, it's making them a daily habit as a side dish or snack. Food number 7 that lowers cholesterol. Apples. To balance that out, let's look at something just as common. Apples. An apple a day really can help keep cholesterol at bay. Apples are high in pectin, a type of soluble fiber that binds with cholesterol in your gut and helps flush it out. They also contain antioxidants that prevent cholesterol from oxidizing, which is what makes it dangerous for your arteries. The best part? They're cheap, portable, and available almost everywhere. Swapping fries for apple slices as a snack is a simple but powerful cholesterol-friendly move. Food number 8 that raises cholesterol. White bread and refined carbs. White bread, white rice, regular pasta, they're in nearly every kitchen. But these refined carbs are stripped of fiber. Without fiber, they digest quickly, spike blood sugar, and increase triglycerides, which indirectly worsens cholesterol levels. Eating refined carbs daily doesn't just raise cholesterol risk, it also increases your chances of type 2 diabetes. Food number 8 that lowers cholesterol. Whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat bread. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and whole wheat bread still have their fiber intact. That fiber helps lower LDL cholesterol by reducing absorption in the gut. It also stabilizes blood sugar, meaning less fat storage and better weight control. Switching from white bread to whole wheat or white rice to brown rice might not seem dramatic, but those small daily changes create real cholesterol improvements. Food number 9 that raises cholesterol. Sugary drinks, soda, sweet tea, energy drinks. Sugary drinks don't contain cholesterol directly, but they're one of the worst offenders for your cholesterol profile. They cause massive spikes in blood sugar, leading to high triglycerides and fat storage in the liver, both of which worsen cholesterol balance. A single can of soda contains around 10 teaspoons of sugar, something your body simply doesn't need daily. Food number 9 that lowers cholesterol. Citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruit. Citrus fruits are a refreshing, everyday way to fight cholesterol. They're rich in soluble fiber and vitamin C, which helps lower LDL and triglycerides. Grapefruits in particular have been shown in studies to improve cholesterol levels when eaten daily. Starting your morning with an orange instead of a soda or sweet tea is one of the simplest cholesterol-friendly swaps you can make. And last, food number 10 that raises cholesterol. Ice cream and sugary desserts. Everyone loves dessert, but ice cream, milkshakes, cookies, and cakes are a triple threat. Saturated fat, sugar, and calories. This combination raises LDL, lowers HDL, and spikes triglycerides all at once. It's not just the fat, it's the sugar working together with it. A scoop of ice cream after dinner a few nights a week may feel harmless, but over months it can significantly worsen cholesterol levels. Food number 10 that lowers cholesterol. Berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Berries are nature's dessert and a powerful cholesterol-lowering food. They're full of soluble fiber and antioxidants that protect arteries from cholesterol buildup. Studies show that people who eat berries daily have lower LDL levels and better overall heart health. Instead of ice cream, top plain yogurt with fresh berries. You'll get the sweetness, but with heart protective benefits. And there you have it. 10 everyday foods that quietly raise cholesterol and 10 everyday foods that can naturally bring it back down. The big lesson here isn't that you need to give up every single thing you love or that you'll never enjoy a slice of pizza, a piece of cheese, or a bowl of ice cream again. Instead, it's about balance and awareness. Many of the foods that push cholesterol higher are the ones we eat without thinking. Bacon at breakfast, fries with lunch, cheese on everything, mayo in sandwiches, or soda on the side. They sneak in little by little until they become habits. But here's the encouraging part. For every one of those foods, there's a simple, practical, and delicious alternative that helps protect your heart. And the beauty is, you don't have to hunt for exotic ingredients. You already know these cholesterol-lowering foods. Apples, beans, avocados, berries, olive oil, nuts, whole grains, leafy greens. These are everyday affordable choices that make a measurable difference. The truth about cholesterol is that it doesn't skyrocket overnight. It creeps up slowly, year after year, shaped by the daily choices we make. That's why small swaps, done consistently, matter so much. Choosing an apple instead of fries, olive oil instead of mayo, or whole grains instead of white bread may not feel dramatic in the moment. But when you add those choices up over months and years, they change the direction of your health. They keep your arteries clear, your heart strong, and your energy levels steady. So don't think of this as a list of restrictions. Think of it as a menu of opportunities. You're not cutting foods out, you're trading up for better ones that love your heart back. So my challenge to you is simple. Pick just one of these swaps and start this week. Don't try to overhaul everything in one day. Replace butter with avocado, switch soda for citrus water, or swap red meat for fish once or twice a week. Do that consistently and you'll feel the difference, not just in your cholesterol numbers, but in your energy, mood, and overall health. And once one swap becomes a habit, add another. Over time, your diet will transform, your cholesterol will follow, and your heart will thank you. If this video gave you ideas or motivation, let me know in the comments which swap you're going to try first. I love hearing your stories and tips because they inspire others in this community too. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this helpful. Share it with someone you care about, because heart health is something we all need to pay attention to. And subscribe so you don't miss the next video where we'll dive even deeper into practical, everyday health strategies. Until next time, take care of your heart one bite at a time.